Just a pause real quick, man. I want y'all to see what a grown-ass man face look like, man. Look at my face again.
You're dead.
Comedy, I've always thought that if you had an absurd way of looking at the world and you could present it to people and make them laugh, you can make them feel better about something that's not so good. So,
what fucking studio were you at that all they got is tubs and fucking sinks in that motherfucker? Who the fuck is your photographer? Bitch, did you get all of your pictures at Home Depot?
You know Little Johnny can't sit still. Little Johnny can't sit still. You know him? Call your mom. Little Johnny can't sit still in class. Well, what you want me to do? You don't sit still at home, bitch?
Serious shit we talking about.
Felonious Munk, stand-up comedian, creator of the Stop It Be series. Fight ignorance with jokes. That's what I do. I've been doing comedic acts all my life. I probably should have been doing comedy probably a decade ago. The issue was I really found it difficult to have people laugh at me.
Whoa! I done got beat for being beat. I said, you yelling too loud. You hitting me. What am I supposed to do while you hit me? You better not cry either. What am I supposed to do is you beat me? What is the proper response? Because if you attack me, that's what I would get you. I don't know what else to do with this belt bouncing off my high pots like this. You want me to say thank you, Lord? Please, Mama, may I have another? I'm crying because that seems like the appropriate response with this belt on my behind.
Anybody that can make you laugh, and I don't have, you know, you may watch a video or watch me do stand-up and think, oh, he seems like this guy or he reminds me of that guy, but I've watched everybody from, you know, Charlie Chaplin, silent movies, you know, what he could do physically, Buster Keaton, what guys were doing with physical comedy, Lenny Bruce when he was pushing the envelope, and a lot of the things that he said wouldn't even be, you know, smiled at today as far as being vulgar. Nobody would think they were vulgar. To, you know, Red Fox, of course, Richard Pryor, Paul Mooney is in my opinion, legendary. He wrote for a lot of the people that we love.
it's over.
Dave Chappelle, you know, so Paul Mooney, when you give credit to those guys, I want to make sure I give credit to him. George Carlin, obviously, probably the best I've seen with doing the political and social commentary. Chris Rock, you know, he kept his own voice and talked about the things that we still wanted to talk about. Dave Chappelle, of course, Bernie Mac, who was just a force of nature. His personality was funny. You didn't even need a set or jokes from him. He'd walk on stage and his opening line had you dying. It was his voice, his look, his eyes. So, you know, I have a lot of influences as far as comedy, but I think what made each one of those guys an influence is that they were a unique individual. They were who they were. So, you know, I want to be influenced to do great things with comedy, but I don't want to come across as anyone other than who I am.
First of all, I grew up during an era where fucking Earth, Wind & Fire, which, by the way, is one of the baddest fucking R&B groups ever. EVER used to wear fucking tight-ass bodysuits with rhinestones on that shit, and ain't nobody never say, oh, y'all gotta say no homo. Oh, that shit's gay. All they knew was Earth, Wind & Fire made great music. You know why nobody ever said they gay? Because nobody ever heard of Maurice White taking a dick in his ass. That's homo, motherfucker.
Stop It Be series itself, that started out from me sitting at some friend's house. Something was online, it was said it was funny. We had a camera. I made a little video about it.
Niggas take shots at me like a nightclub. Just hand it out.
And this camera guy, Sam Rogers, and I met. He suggested I do something more with it. We tossed a few ideas around, and the next thing you know, Stop It Be series was born. So, I mean, a lot of things just kind of happened from a suggestion, and as it's grown, I've taken it more seriously, mostly because of the feedback that I've gotten. Makes me kind of feel like what we're doing is important. You know, it's necessary. It's not a lot of comedians out there who are discussing the topics I'm discussing, so, you know, it's a void there. It's kind of my own space that I'm in. Most of my inspiration comes from walking around and seeing things differently. I've got a daughter now, so you get to the point where you have a child, and then you start to think about the dumb things that you did in the past, all of the stupid things that you've done. How can I teach my daughter to avoid them when she's looking at me as an example of all of the stupid stuff that she's still seeing? So you you know, I look at my daughter and I go, what kind of world do I want her to grow up in? Do I want her to grow up in a world where everybody thinks exactly the same and you follow trends? Or do I want her to grow up in a world where a person can have their own mind, make decisions for themselves, and still enjoy life? You know, I criticize a lot of things, but I don't criticize the people, you know, and it comes across that way, and that's fine. It's comedy. You know, I hope people don't take it personally, but if they do, I'm not gonna stop doing what I do because they take it personally. But my motivation comes from just getting people to try to think with their own mind. Don't think because somebody famous did this, that's the new thing to do, when just last week you were doing the polar opposite of that. It's a lot of hypocrisy in the world, and we just gotta speak out, say something about it. And the easiest way to say something about it and keep people listening is to make them laugh, take some of the edge off. The supporters motivate me more than I think they know. When you have an 18-year-old girl in Australia sends you an email that says, hey, please keep doing what you're doing. This isn't a black thing. This isn't a white thing. This isn't even an American thing. They need to hear this in Australia. When you know, look at your videos and the stats show that you've got a huge following in Canada of people who are just saying, yeah, we really support your movement. We support what you're doing. And it's gone from comedy to an actual movement where people are starting to open their minds up and think about things differently. That motivates you every time I do a video. Every time I do a video, I want to do something that has some kind of impact. You know, do I hit every time? No, but every time I do it, I want to do something great. Every video is I'm trying to do something great. So, you know, my motivation really comes from trying to top what I did on the last video. You know, trying to get on stage and top what I did and bring a lot more of what I do in videos to the stage.
Obama ain't shit. How the fuck you walk around with new Jordans on and you owe me $14.6 trillion, Obama? That's what the fuck I'm saying. They don't want nothing but some new Levi's. Give them all the skinny jeans. We don't need them motherfuckers no way. I'm serious, motherfucker. Y'all see how hot it is outside? When you put your skinny jeans on in the morning, when you shimmy into your motherfucking skinny jeans, do you know that it's 95 degrees outside? Do you know what happens to balls when they sitting on denim all day in 90 fucking degree weather? It's hot. Do you know what sweaty balls smell like when you put the motherfuckers off at night? Just the smell alone should be enough to dissuade you from putting the motherfuckers on. I'm saying, serious shit going on in the world.
In all art forms, there's a math to it. There's a science to how you do it. But what makes you different from everybody else is your creativity, what you add to the pot. So if you 12, 13, 16, 17, 18, learn how to be yourself, create your character, because Felonious Munk isn't somebody different than who I am as a person. It's just who I am as a person on steroids. It's me amplified. And that's really what any art is. It's taking something and exaggerating it. So find that piece of your character that you want to share with people and amplify it and make it funny. Learn how to write around that person. Learn how to write in that voice and speak in that voice and be who you are. But definitely, if you want to do it, don't worry about it. Don't worry about a boo or a quiet crowd or somebody not getting it. You know, I've never told a joke that everybody got every time. It's not gonna happen. So just get out there and do it. But be realistic. If you keep doing it and nobody thinks you're funny, that doesn't mean they don't get you. You might not just be funny. That's okay. Do something else. There's a lot of rappers out here that think they can rap and just everybody's hating. We're not hating you. You suck, sir. Just saying. If you're out there and you're young, do what you feel, do what you believe in. Be realistic. But if you think you can be one of the greats, go. Go, do it. Please.